Welcome to the Reach for Better podcast. This is Matthew Lee, the Chief Leadership Officer at ABR Firm, and I'm delighted to have our executive team on the podcast today. We have our CEO, Renee Lee. We have our Chief Customer Relations Officer, Karen Lee, and we have our Chief Education Officer, Mark Lee, also on the podcast. It's a pleasure to be able to have each of us here, and we've got a special reason for doing this podcast today. We are so excited. Aren't we excited, guys? Right? Round of applause. Applause. Listen, for those of you that know ABR Firm, most of you are acquainted with Renee Lee, who is our CEO. And a few years ago, she was relentless in putting our skill sets together in order for us to create ABR Firm. And she's been recognized regionally a number of different times: Memphis Business Journal, Commercial Appeal, Tri-State Defender. So many different media outlets have recognized, so many foundations have recognized her as an asset to this part of the country. Her skill sets, both in for-profit and nonprofit organizations, have made such an impact here in the Mid-South and the Memphis area. We're just really, really proud of her. But we've got a special announcement. This took us a moment to collaborate on what we decided to do on to recognize this, because this is national recognition. And we are honored to say that Renee has been chosen by USA Today as one of the leading entrepreneurs for 2026.
Oh, wait. I got something.
Yeah, let's do it. There we go. All right. Live in front of a studio audience. Okay.
You missed the drum roll.
Drum roll. All right. Rim shot. We're so excited. So let's put this picture up that we want everybody to see and recognize. This is the official picture associated with the influential entrepreneurs of 2026. Renee has been designated by USA Today. This is not artificial intelligence oriented. This is not a fake news situation. This is the real deal. You can go to usatoday.com and you will see her picture along with others that are being recognized for their influential entrepreneurship this year. And so Renee's also been recently awarded the prestige of being recognized as one of the top coaches in our area by LinkedIn. And so I just want to get some initial reaction from Renee. Renee, how are you feeling? How are you embracing this? And what's the sense of celebration that you have?
Well, first of all, just for a point of correction, the top 15 coaches came from a different organization.
Gotcha.
Out of the country. And well, it's a global organization, so they find people all over the country rather and worldwide they've identified as, really great people in doing the work and serving others through coaching and leadership training. So just as a point of correction. So, but I have been asked on LinkedIn from other LinkedIn people to give my input on certain things around career and leadership questions and performance and teams. And so I've been very, very blessed, and I feel super, super blessed. Just grateful, like beyond words, honestly. When I got it yesterday and saw it, and I was about to hold a group coaching session with some women that I'm coaching right now, and I saw it right before that coaching session, and I was so elated at the end of our coaching call to share this with them, and how it just inspired them even more too.
Sure.
That if you remain consistent and faithful and you put your expertise out there, never let anybody tell you you're not an expert. all the years that you've been doing what you're doing, and you've made some achievements along the way. You made some mistakes or failures along the way. But that means that you've always learned some lessons that you can share. So that's really like, that's so powerful to me. And so to have this honor to be, for them to reach out, and they did their homework, like they want to verify everything. And so
Good, good.
I was very pleased with the article, and the link to the article is in the description below. You're
Well,
watching it
so
on YouTube.
so while we've got you here, I want us to generate some conversation around this because you have been so influential with so many people's different leadership styles. Why do you think leadership development is such a crucial and critical matter right now, not just for executives, but for entire teams, organizations, and the like? What's your impetus for being so engaged and so focused in on leadership development?
Well, a lot of times let's just take today's climate in America and in the world.
Sure.
There's so much right going on, and leadership is leaders, and leadership is often just thought of like this person is the one with the authority and they make all the decisions, right? Um, but the truth of the matter is that what good leaders do and great leaders do, they make great leaders. And so they care about the people, they care about the product, which is their mission or whatever service they're providing, and they care about that impact. And so I just, our model is leadership at every level, and my book will be coming out in the summer, late summer, around that, and it engages the framework of my framework, care, connect, and coach. And believe it or not, I came up with this thought, care, connect, and coach, when I was senior director at Graduate Memphis, which was a program of Leadership Memphis,
Yeah.
and did a lot of work in that area. And I was thinking, how can we be better? How can we help our advisors be better advisors to the students? How can academic advisors be better? Are they really caring and connecting with those students, right? Especially whether they're freshmen, coming straight out of high school, or an adult returning as a freshman, or adult returning as a junior. But that care, connect, and coach is really powerful. And I believe that we should lead from care. We should lead from care. One training you and I did, we talked about leading from with love, the Leo method: love, empathy, and optimism. And I really garnered a lot of that from Simon Sinek. Yeah,
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 yeah. Brilliant, brilliant author, brilliant speaker. He
yeah.
has such a great framework. And so we've been able to put our skill sets together and create multiple frameworks. And you talk about the care and connect model. I also want to just get some idea of when you go into spaces as a coach, as a leader, how do you help shift culture? What kinds of conversations are you having to help shift culture?
Yeah, so this reminds me of a couple of organizations or companies I worked with for profit. I worked for one of the six largest trucking companies, and I was brought in with the team of, I think, 19 or 21. Some of my team were across the Western region
Hmm.
of the country, and I had an in-house team, and they were pretty disconnected, and I knew the culture needed to shift. And my director gave me leeway to do it. Like, okay, Renee, I see what you've done, and I would love for you to bring that bring that magic, you know. And the truth of it is, it's just that I believe in treating people with respect, and I believe in this. And you mentioned it as something else we were having a conversation about, but um, the Knights table or the Round Table with King
Yes,
Arthur.
yes, yes.
And what's the inscription on the table? I forget.
In serving each other, we all become free.
That's it. And I you got to remember that, because that is the basis in so many words of how you can shift a culture.
Mhm.
We all become free. We all have a voice. We all can be heard. We all can serve. And when you build a cohesive team, I'm telling you, the sky ain't even the limit. And I know I sound a little country right there, but I just wanted to let you know that you can reach so many heights. And when you are intentional in providing that space of serving, and so yeah, I like the Knights Roundtable.
Yeah, yeah. So Karen, Mark, how are you all feeling about this moment as senior partners of the executive team with having Renee have this honor bestowed upon her? What's your collective reaction? I just want to hear from you all as well as we talk and have this conversation with Renee.
So I'll go first.
Okay.
Since I am the eldest.
Yeah.
I am so excited. As my mother would say, godly proud um, of Renee, because she's worked so hard and so very diligent
Sure.
in this area of leadership, and just really grooming people to become the very best. I've seen it in action.
Sure.
I actually was a student, an adult learner, when she was working for Graduate 901, Memphis Graduate 901.
No, Graduate Memphis.
Graduate Memphis.
Graduate
I'm sorry.
901 is out.
Yeah. Graduate Memphis. So it was through her leadership
Sure.
that I actually went back to school and completed my education. So that's hands-on.
Sure.
So of course that was a very pivotal point in my life. So it helped me grow into better positions, even to the point of working for the school district. So it really was a great moment in my life. But as a big sister, I'm just tremendously super proud of her getting this recognition, and it's so well deserved. So well deserved.
Yeah. Mark, you have any thoughts you want to share?
Yeah, I can basically just echo what Karen just shared. Just very, very excited for Renee, and to see growth, and to see, and when I say growth, I'm speaking from the standpoint of the recognition. To see her get awards, locally, and just seeing the expansion there. When I see the faithfulness, and it's an example of faithfulness. When you're faithful in little, you can be faithful over much. So that's what stands out for me, and just to see that it's a really, really just fantastic. I was just really excited. I was like, whoa, this is big, and we got some. I know she's got some things coming up this year, that some new territories that are coming, and I'm just excited to see her move in that, and to be a part of it. It's just really, 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 really humbling. I feel like this is not just for her, but it's for all of us, because we help contribute some kind of way, maybe inadvertently. Some arguments, and some things we had back in the day, some things that toughened us up concerning each other. And we learned, we did learn from each other. We learned, and we gleaned some very, very good things from each other. And just to see her, moving and learn from that, because I know I taught her inadvertently, probably more than anybody else of us.
Eventually, we'll have to tell that full story. We're not going to tell it today.
We'll tell it.
Well, that's one of a few. So.
But Renee,
I just want to say, I do think that we've learned a lot from each other since we've been working together too. I mean, we've worked together, so we have this music thing too,
Mhm.
called Sing Sister Sing Entertainment and Media. And so we've been working together consistently. When you started your church and in 2012, and then 2017, we did our first show. You did shows through the ministry, and so we've just been so consistent in that. And I'm grateful that God has not only allowed us to work together in ministry,
Yeah.
in the creative space in music and songwriting, but also in writing plays like skits and things like you do, but also now to work in the marketplace in this with our professional careers.
Yeah. I do think that some of the dynamic of why you are achieving this recognition and level of visibility is very much rooted in the idea that we have been a faith-based family, and we've been intentional about staying connected to faith and doing things that are that are a result of our faith, right? And so the work that you've done in multiple sectors, um, as a ministry professional, as a nonprofit professional and executive, it's really, really powerful to see how all of this has actually converged to this point to get you some of the national recognition. So you're not an overnight success. We don't want anybody to think that somehow you just got here overnight. ABR, while it's young in its years of formation, we've been working together for a long time, and being able to use this particular set of skills that we have as a family has just meant so much to us. I do want you to talk a little bit about the dynamic of how we can help leaders build capacity, because here we are talking about the different industries in which we've engaged in and had various forms of success. So we talk about faith-based, we talk about entertainment, we talk about media, we talk about nonprofit, we talk about for-profit, all of these different things that we've had experience in. Let's talk about now the dynamic of what capacity means. And you have such a great aspect of looking into that and helping teams see that.
Well, I would say that you do, brother. You are the capacity coach, and
Well,
I
but
just well, go ahead, go ahead.
well, you were the first to call me that. You were the
Yeah,
first person to call me the capacity coach.
yeah.
And so it was because of your leadership that I started coaching, and now we do all of this together. But I want you to still give a little more insight in terms of
Yeah.
capacity and how all those things come together for us.
Yeah. Well, the capacity conference that you held, and I look forward to us hosting that again for
Mhm.
um, leaders in the community at large. But you hosted a conference, and I tell you, even the very first time I heard you speak on capacity in 2019, it changed my life. And then after that conference in was it 2022? I believe it was 2022.
Was.
And I was like, man, we need to put this together. When you talked about uh how much can you hold, how much can you handle, how much can you have, and how much can you help, and that last question really drew me in. How much can you help? And I think when you read and you reverse engineer it and you see how much you want to help, then it takes you back to those other questions, right? And so I realized that we want to help. We all have the same
Absolutely.
heart to serve people, right? And make our community better. And everyone that we serve, our clients, we want to see
Absolutely.
them prosper. We want to see them, ABR Firms has charted course to good success, and you do that by reaching for better. That's our tagline,
Absolutely.
reach for better. And I was like, what if we put all this together? And so that's one of the things we take into organizations, or even with with an individual. But we typically work with leaders and their teams, because
Yeah.
that really is powerful. We may have conversations with the leaders first, and then have conversations with the team, and then bring them together. Um, but because if everybody can focus on how much can I help, like, what is this product going to do for the customers? And if we can think about the customers first, right? And now there's in the care model, in my care connect and coach, I do talk about you being one of the first persons you care about. It's one of the
Absolutely.
first P's, but there are four
Yeah.
P's, but that's the first one. But to me, that is capacity. It's like when you realize, okay, this is how I want to serve in this world. This is what I want to leave in this world. This is how I want to help this organization. And it takes more than me to do that. You know, the Bible speaks of, oh, one can
Put
put
a
a
thousand.
put 1,000 to flight, but two can do 10,000. Just think of that exponential effect or impact that can happen
Yeah.
when we work together. And that was one of the group coach on our group coaching call. I mentioned that, and the women were like, "Whoa, that's powerful." So it's
Yeah.
about collaboration and with the right partners, with the right people. So when we go along and work with our clients, we're partnering with them. We want to help you. We want to push you into success. And
So
I think that you and Mark really help with that, with the capacity teaching and helping them develop a cadence, a new cadence, because sometimes the old isn't working anymore,
right.
and you got to develop something new. You got to always be learning.
So I was just going to mention very briefly that we recently had some feedback from some of our clients, and they were just absolutely um, overwhelmed by the targeted success that they've had based on the conversations that you were having with them and helping to direct them. And so when we see a client like this who is able to essentially double business since they've started working with us,
Well, it's more than double.
yeah, yeah, at a minimum double, but
Actually,
potentially,
5 to 10 times more.
yeah, see, that's
Crazy.
yeah,
It's
it really
crazy.
is. That's phenomenal. That is
Yeah,
extraordinary. And
yeah.
so, with that being the case, when you hear these kinds of testimonials, tell me how that inspires you to continue.
Was like, oh, I can't wait to help the next client with this. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
so every client, we go into it like just we really do go into it with the servant, because I was literally about shouting out my shoes when they told me. I was like,
yeah,
I wasn't expecting you to say you're getting this much per day.
right.
I wasn't expecting. I thought it was like, and they were like, no, no.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
opportunities and the doors that have opened,
Look at that.
and so it just makes you want to serve even more. And I want to hone my skill. I want to keep developing my skill, my capacity to serve more, so that I can impact more. And because it becomes exponential when you think about how you're helping your clients, because we're
Absolutely.
indirectly touching that group of people that they're serving as well,
That's right.
directly. So
Yeah, yeah. So as we get ready to close here, we do want to say that we are tremendously proud of you, and we have our regular meetings as a family. We do our vision casting. We do our goal setting. Um, I wanted to give you a moment to reflect, particularly as these past couple of years, as we've had to lay to rest our parents. But I wanted to get insight from you in terms of, because we see this as an extension of building their legacy. How you respond to this moment, and knowing that their lives inspired you in such a tremendous way. How do you keep the fuel going?
you know, when I was the article from Commercial Appeal, Mama took a thumbtack. She
That's
cut the
right.
article and she took a thumbtack and put it on the wall,
That's right. Yeah.
on their little side panel wall
Yeah.
that leads to
Yeah.
their bedroom. And then with the Memphis Business Journal, I had a plaque made, and
Hmm.
I was so glad to present that to them,
Yeah.
because without
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to finish. We know that it's
Yeah,
how meaningful and
yeah,
how powerful it is to have had parents that pushed us and encouraged us, prayed for us, um, in those college days, we say sponsored us.
Right. I would often tell them, I know I owe you like $86,942.08.
Yeah, yeah,
I would just put a number out there so often to them, and they would just laugh, you know.
yeah.
But they gave a lot. They sacrificed a lot for us to go to school, and they were determined to put us through school.
Yeah, yeah,
And yeah, it was a blessing. They're a blessing. So
yeah. They continue to be. They continue
yeah,
to be a blessing.
yeah.
And so the powerful thing that I want to communicate on behalf of ABR Firm is that we're here to help, and we're here to obviously help people reach for better, but we're also here to inspire. And some of the things that we can do is that we can sit down and talk with teams and organizations, but we can also sit and talk with families and help them corral their efforts around what their next moves, what their next steps are to create vision and legacy for their family's sake. And so we want to make those opportunities available. And as we depart this afternoon, I want to encourage each of you to take an opportunity, go to USA Today. The link is below, and you'll see so many tremendous entrepreneurs who are doing great things. And we're just honored to say that Renee Lee is among them, and we're excited for what's ahead. So if you'd like to explore your options, explore what the future looks like for you as an individual, we can do individual coaching, we can do team coaching, executive coaching, we can work with teams, organizations, businesses, profit, nonprofit, whatever the case is. We'd love to have that conversation with you. You can go to abrfirmmemphis.com. We want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to share this moment with you all. Renee, anything else you want to share before we depart this afternoon?
No, the link to our website will be in the description.
Very good.
And remember, you can always reach for better.
Always reach for better.
Oh, and last thing, we do have we're putting some courses online that people can just go at their own pace. So we put some self-paced video courses out there. And our first one is out there. It's called The Confident Communicator. Again, you can go to our website and under professional development, and you'll see communication training, and just click that link and you can, get that course.
Well, again, we want to thank everybody for watching today. And remember, you can always reach for better.